All right, so are you ready to dive into a story that's just got like everything?
Yeah.
Internet fame, meme coins, and like enough drama for like a whole reality TV show season?
Oh, yeah. This has been a wild one for sure.
Yeah, and it all centers around Hayley Welch,
Of course.
Tuah girl,
Yeah.
went from like a viral video, just a random one, to a podcasting powerhouse. I mean,
Yeah, she's number 3 in the U.S.
behind.
behind Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan.
Wow, it's
Um,
crazy.
But she's been in the headlines lately for a different reason, though, right?
Yes, a different reason indeed.
It's
All about her HAWO meme coin
yeah, the HNWK meme coin.
and the accusations.
And all the accusations that it was.
There was a pump and dump skull.
Giant pump and dump.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to unpack this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
From that first viral moment to the launch, and then the super fast collapse
The collapse.
of the HIWK token,
Right.
and then all the way to like the fights and the lawyers and everything that came after. We've got it all. Insider info, Twitter meltdowns, lawyers stepping in.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's juicy.
So for those of you listening who maybe aren't like totally up to speed,
Right.
let's rewind back to this past summer.
Okay.
Hayley's just on the street, right?
Just walking around.
And she's getting interviewed by this YouTube channel called Tim and D TV.
Tim and D TV. Okay.
And they're asking people about, well, let's just say risque moves.
Okay.
And Hayley just drops Hawk Tuah, just like that,
Out of nowhere.
casual.
Which, if you're not familiar.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, I'm not going to try.
They're probably better left to the internet.
Let's let the internet explain that one.
But the point is, it was like totally unexpected and it was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
And it like launched her into instant meme stardom.
Instant, like
Yeah.
overnight.
And, she played it smart. Like, she didn't just like let the fame fade away.
Right.
She started her own podcast,
Talk Tuah.
Talk Tuah.
Yeah.
She built up her brand and she even got the attention of Elon Musk.
That's how you know you've made it.
You know you've made it when Elon Musk knows who you are.
Yeah, that's the true sign.
But then comes the crypto play.
Uh-oh.
And that's where things get really interesting
And messy,
and maybe a little bit shady.
potentially.
So fast forward to November,
Okay.
Hayley announces this new meme coin called HHWKK, built on the Solana blockchain.
Okay, I remember that.
Big launch date was December 4th.
Lots of hype.
So much hype.
Everyone was talking about it.
And then, boom,
Oh.
it just implodes.
Yeah, the token launches.
It shoots up to a $500 million market cap, like in the blink of an eye.
Like crazy fast.
And then it just crashes harder than like a meteor,
Gone.
all within like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, it was over.
Sounds like a textbook pump and dump, right?
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, what else could it be?
yeah, and the accusation started like right away.
Immediately.
People were onto it.
So for those who maybe aren't familiar with what a pump and dump is, think of it like this. You like artificially inflate the price of something, right?
Yeah.
Like in this case, a crypto token.
Through hype.
Through hype, yeah. And maybe some like misleading information.
A little bit of that, maybe.
And then when the price is like at its absolute peak,
At the top,
yeah, you sell off a massive chunk of what you have.
you dump it all.
You make a huge profit while everybody else is left holding the bag.
Holding the bag. Yeah.
And in this case, the people pointing fingers are saying that Hayley and her team were the ones holding all the bags.
Or controlling them.
Right. Yeah, like they were
Uh-huh.
pulling the strings.
Yeah.
So one of the loudest voices calling them out is CoffeeZilla,
Oh, coffees.
this internet journalist who's like made a name for himself by exposing crypto scams.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Yeah, he did a deep dive into HOK.
And it's not looking good.
His findings are pretty damning.
Pretty damning.
He claims that insiders held 97% of the token supply,
97%.
which would give them total power to manipulate the price
Oh, yeah.
and basically like orchestrate the whole crash.
The whole thing.
And we even have a screenshot
Oh, really?
from someone claiming they put their entire life savings into HIK and lost everything.
Oh, wow. That's
Whether that's true or not is another story,
Right.
but it just shows how much potential there is for damage in these situations.
Yeah, people can get really hurt.
And this is the thing that makes this whole thing even more complicated, right?
Yeah.
Is that it wasn't just a simple pump and dump.
No.
Like they were using even more advanced tactics,
Like what?
like something called sniping bots.
Sniping bots.
Yeah.
I've heard of those.
So what exactly are sniping bots?
Well, think of them as like these programs, right?
Okay.
That swoop in and buy up tons of the token like the second it launches,
Like right away.
instantaneously.
So that creates a surge in demand.
Huge surge.
Drives the price up artificially.
Right.
And then guess what?
They dump it.
They dump their holdings. Yeah.
And that just like adds fuel to the crash.
So it's like they're rigging the system from both ends.
Yeah, they're playing both sides.
Wow.
And then there's the issue of the 15% trading fees
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
that were built into HA.
The team claimed that it was meant to stop the snipers.
Right. Deter them.
But guess who was allegedly pocketing those fees?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
They were making money off of people buying and selling
Yeah.
almost $2 million in the first 24 hours.
Oh, my God.
If you can believe it.
That's just bold.
Bold moves.
But then there was that pre-sale of tokens to investors, right?
Yes,
Didn't the team say that, like, no insiders were selling during the launch?
they did say that,
Yeah.
but CoffeeZilla's investigation suggests otherwise.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like those pre-sale investors didn't have any lockup period.
So they could just sell right away,
Yeah, the second the token launched, they could dump it.
contributing to the crash.
Uh-huh.
So you've got insiders dumping tokens, bots manipulating the price, these huge trading fees lining someone's pockets.
It's a mess.
It's no wonder people are, like, calling foul.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all hell breaks loose on Twitter Spaces.
Oh, the Twitter Spaces confrontation.
Can you imagine being a fly on the wall for that?
I wish I was.
Do we have any recordings of it?
We actually got some clips of the, like, craziest parts.
Oh, we got to play those.
We'll play them in a bit.
Okay.
But first, let's set the scene.
Okay.
You've got CoffeeZilla pressing them on the insider trading,
Mm-hmm.
and then Doc Hollywood, who's, like, connected to Hayley's team, just loses it,
Oh, no.
telling people to kiss his, well, you get the picture.
Oh, my gosh.
So everything's falling apart, right? Accusations flying around.
It's chaos.
And then Hayley does something totally unexpected.
But she just left.
She just leaves the Twitter space, so she's going to bed.
She just went to bed.
Yep. Up and left everyone stunned.
Not a good look.
Not a good look at all.
Like, she just bailed on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Left everyone else to deal with the mess.
And it wasn't just CoffeeZilla calling them out.
Oh, really?
You had FaZe Banks.
Huge in the gaming world.
Yeah, he joined the Twitter space and just flat out said it's a scam.
And then you had Nick O'Neill.
Another big player in the crypto space.
Yeah, he started asking some tough questions, too.
So at this point, the whole project is basically on fire.
Burning down.
The reputation is, like, tarnished.
Yeah.
People are demanding answers.
Give us answers.
You'd think that would be the end of it, right?
You would think so.
But then, in a truly unexpected turn of events, Hayley's lawyer reaches out to CoffeeZilla.
Wait, a lawyer?
A lawyer.
What's going on here?
This is where the story takes a very fascinating turn.
Okay, I'm listening.
The lawyer comes in with some claims that, like, completely contradict a lot of what we just talked about.
Okay.
He says Hayley only got $125,000 up front for the HWK launch.
That's it.
Yeah, and that she was actually promised 50% of the net profits.
Wow.
So he's basically saying that she was a victim,
A victim.
that she was taken advantage of by the people actually running the token.
So he's saying she was in the dark about the whole thing?
Yeah, like she was just a face for the project and didn't know what was really going on. That's a pretty different story.
It is. It's a very compelling story,
It is.
but it raises a lot of questions.
So many questions.
Like, who is this company that allegedly paid Hayley?
Yeah,
And what were the exact terms of the agreement?
right.
And is it even possible to, like, salvage this HOK token at this point?
Good question.
Those are all great questions. And honestly, we don't have all the answers yet.
Not yet.
But this new information adds a whole new layer of complexity to this already crazy situation.
It's a tangled web.
So what do you make of all this?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Was Hayley a willing participant in this alleged scam, or was she actually a victim?
It could be either one.
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But one thing's for certain.
What's that?
This whole saga is far from over.
Oh, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
When you, our listener, get to come along for the ride.
Buckle up.
So buckle up, because we're about to delve even deeper into this Tuah meme coin rabbit hole.
Deep dive, here we come.
Let's go. So we've, like, laid out the basic timeline of how we got here.
Right.
But the real question is, like, what does this all mean?
Yeah.
Is Hayley like a scammer? Is she a victim?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a simple answer.
Yeah, it's really complicated.
This whole thing really shows how messed up trust and influence are.
Yeah, especially with social media. And then you throw something like cryptocurrency in there, and it's like,
It just explodes.
yeah, it's like everyone's trying to figure out who to believe.
Right.
on one hand, you have CoffeeZilla, like, presenting this really convincing case
Uh-huh.
that Hayley and her team, like, orchestrated this whole thing.
Right.
But then you have her lawyer coming in with this totally different story,
Yeah.
saying that she was misled and taken advantage of.
A classic he said, she said.
It really is, but with, like, meme coins and Twitter meltdowns thrown in.
It's a mess.
And it really makes you think about, like, the role of influencers in all of this.
Yeah. What's their responsibility here?
Like, do they have a responsibility to, like, really vet the stuff they endorse?
Especially with something as risky as crypto?
Yeah, because for a lot of people, especially younger fans,
Right.
who might be new to this whole thing,
Yeah, they don't know any better.
they just take their favorite influencer's word for it.
And that's all the research they do.
Yeah, and it's scary.
It's tricky because there's this line between free speech and protecting people.
Right.
And crypto is so new and unregulated.
It's like the Wild West out there.
Yeah, it's easy to exploit the system.
So where does that leave someone like Hayley,
Right.
who's both an influencer and someone who was potentially misled herself?
It's a dilemma.
It is.
Even if we believe her lawyer,
Right.
it doesn't totally let her off the hook.
Right, because she still put her name and face on this project,
Yeah.
knowing that her fans would trust her.
Exactly.
That trust is like a big deal.
It's huge.
She's got millions of followers.
It really
If
is.
she tells them to invest in a meme coin,
They're going to do it.
a lot of them are going to just do it without even thinking.
Yeah, it's scary.
So that's why this whole thing is so troubling.
Yeah.
Whether she meant to scam anyone or not,
Right.
her being involved gave this project legitimacy.
Made it seem real.
Yeah, that it might not have had otherwise,
And that can really hurt people,
especially people who lost money.
especially those who are new to crypto.
Yeah, and didn't understand the risks.
Right.
So what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, how do we protect ourselves?
Especially when it's people we trust who are endorsing these scams.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think education is key.
Okay.
The more you understand how cryptocurrency works,
Uh-huh.
the better you'll be at spotting red flags and avoiding scams.
So doing your research is key.
Yeah,
But how do you even know what sources to trust?
that's true. There's so much information out there.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It's hard to know what's real and what's fake.
Especially with crypto, it's so complicated.
It really is.
But there are some good resources out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like websites like CoinDesk and Cointelegraph.
Those are good.
Yeah, they're pretty unbiased.
And remember, if something sounds too good to be true,
Yeah.
it probably is.
That's always good advice.
Always.
But even if you do your research, there's still the risk of getting caught up in the hype.
Yeah, especially when you see everyone around you making money.
Yeah, that FOMO is real.
FOMO is powerful.
It can be really powerful.
Yeah, it can make you do crazy things.
It can make you make decisions that you later regret,
Absolutely.
especially with meme coins.
Oh, yeah.
They're so volatile.
They're driven by hype and speculation, not any real value.
So it's like gambling.
It is a lot like gambling. And just
Yeah.
like gambling, you should never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
But even if you're cautious and you do your research,
Right.
there's still that risk that you could be misled by someone you trust.
Yeah, like an influencer.
What can we do about that?
It's a tough one. I think it comes down to personal responsibility.
Okay.
We need to be critical thinkers.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to people we admire.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly follow someone's advice.
Even if they have millions of followers and seem like they know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Do your own digging.
Ask questions and trust your gut.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the crypto world,
it is.
but there are risks.
Big risks.
And we have to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
And the Tuah situation is a perfect example of why that's so important.
It really is.
It's a reminder that even in this world of meme coins and viral fame, there are real-world consequences.
Real people get hurt.
So what about Hayley?
Yeah. What do you think will happen to her?
Will she face any legal repercussions?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
There are still so many unknowns.
Like what?
We don't know the details of her agreement with that company.
The one that was running the token.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't know how much she knew about what was going on.
And we don't know if there's enough evidence to prove she intentionally defrauded anyone.
So it's a waiting game.
So now,
But I think this whole thing is going to change the crypto world.
I think so too.
It's going to force people to look closer at influencers
Yeah,
and the dangers of meme coins
for sure.
and the need for more transparency and accountability.
People need to be held responsible.
And hopefully it will lead to better safeguards for investors.
Especially new investors.
Yeah, the ones who are new to this space.
Right.
and are more likely to get caught up in the hype and manipulation.
We need to protect them.
So we've talked a lot about the risks and the scams.
Yeah.
But what about the good stuff?
The positive side.
Yeah, what are some of the potential benefits of all this?
Of blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
it is a good question.
And it's important to remember that there are good things about this technology.
Okay.
Blockchain is a revolutionary way to store and transfer information
Okay.
securely and transparently. And cryptocurrency as a digital currency
Yeah,
has the potential to empower individuals
definitely.
and create new economic opportunities.
For sure.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Not at all.
There are a lot of smart people
Yeah, brilliant people.
working on amazing projects.
But there are growing pains.
Yeah.
Like with any new technology.
Right?
And those growing pains can hurt people.
Yeah.
The people who get caught up in the scams.
So it's about balancing the good with the bad.
It is a balancing act.
And that's why it's so important to be skeptical.
Always be skeptical.
And do your research.
Yeah, don't let FOMO cloud your judgment.
And remember, if something sounds too good to be true.
It probably is.
Speaking of skepticism,
Yeah.
let's go back to that screenshot we talked about earlier.
Oh, right.
The one from the person who claimed they lost their life savings on HHA care.
The one that went viral.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
We didn't really get into it, but
Sure.
I'm curious what you found out.
Well, it turns out it's not as simple as it seems.
Really?
There's more to the story.
So this wasn't just some random person who got scammed.
Nope.
Okay.
They were actually a pretty active crypto trader.
So they knew what they were doing?
Yeah, they had been involved in other meme coin projects.
Okay. So they knew the risks?
They understood the volatility, the potential for rug pulls, all of that.
So why did they go all in on HOK?
That's a good question.
What made them think this one was different?
Well, it seems they got caught up in the hype.
The hype got them?
Yeah, they believed the promises, the endorsements from Hayley.
They let FOMO get the best of them.
They did.
So even experienced traders can fall for that.
It happens to the best of us.
Wow, it's like no one is immune.
It's a powerful force.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting part.
What's that?
This person isn't blaming Hayley
Oh, wow.
or even the HRK team.
They're not blaming anyone.
Nope,
That's pretty mature,
it is.
especially in the crypto world.
Where everyone's always blaming each other.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see someone take responsibility.
They know they took a risk and it didn't work out.
It's a good reminder that even with meme coins, personal responsibility matters.
It does.
It shows how complex this whole situation is.
It really does.
You've got this trader who lost money, but owns their decision.
Yeah.
A team that's deflecting, blame a lawyer, trying to make Hayley look like the victim.
It's like a play.
Everyone's playing a different role in this crypto drama.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to figure out who's the good guy, who's the bad guy.
And he was just caught in the middle,
It's like a real-life mystery novel
but with meme coin.
instead of like mansions and stuff.
And the truth is always more complicated than it looks.
It is
There are layers to this story.
hidden motives.
Maybe even some honest mistakes.
And you, our listener, are right here with us,
Figuring it all out.
piecing together the clue.
Trying to make sense of it all.
But here's the thing about a good mystery.
What's that?
The journey is just as interesting as the ending. And in this case, that journey is taking us deep into the world of internet fame.
Meme coins.
And the line between hype speculation and fraud.
It's a wild ride.
Buckle up.
Because we're not done yet.
Oh no.
We still have more to uncover.
More twists and turns.
And maybe even some surprises.
that could change everything.
So stay tuned. You know, digging into this whole Tuah thing,
Yeah.
it's made me think about the bigger picture.
The big picture. Yeah.
This whole meme coin saga, it feels like.
It's like a microcosm of the crypto space.
Like all the challenges and opportunities.
It's all happening at once.
It really does. It's like this collision of internet culture,
And celebrity influence.
financial speculation, and then the tech innovation, too.
It's moving so fast.
It's both exciting and terrifying.
I know, right?
Like we're living in the Wild West of finance.
The Wild West, for sure.
There's so much possibility.
But also danger.
Yeah, lurking around every corner.
You never know what's going to happen next.
And just like in the Wild West,
right.
we need some rules.
Yeah. We need some order
Yeah, some rules of the road to protect people.
from getting trampled.
Exactly.
So you're talking about regulation.
Yeah, I think so.
Regulation, yeah.
There's this growing need for, like, clear guidelines.
And consumer protections.
But it's a tough balance, right?
It is.
Because you don't want to, like, stifle innovation.
Right, you don't want to kill the creativity.
Exactly.
It's like taming a wild horse.
Yeah, without breaking its spirit.
Exactly.
But this Tuah thing,
Yeah.
it could actually be a good thing.
How so?
Like a catalyst for change.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
It's forcing us to face some hard truths.
About influencers.
About meme coins.
The need for transparency.
Accountability.
Yeah, people need to be held responsible.
And hopefully it'll lead to more education and awareness.
So people can make better decisions.
About investing in these projects.
Right, make informed decisions.
Okay, so let's zoom out even more.
Even further.
How does this tie into the whole Web3 vision?
Web3.
You know, this idea of a decentralized internet, right, that everyone's talking about. I think
Yeah.
the Tuah situation
Right.
shows that we need a more ethical approach
Ethical and inclusive.
to Web3 development.
Yeah, it's not enough to just focus on the technology.
Right.
We need to think about the impact.
The social and economic impact.
We need to make sure that Web3
Yeah,
doesn't just become another playground for the rich and techie.
right. It should be for everyone.
It should be a space where everyone can benefit.
Exactly.
So we need to build systems that are resistant to scams.
And manipulation.
Yeah, that prioritize transparency and fairness
And empower people.
instead of exploiting them.
That's the goal.
It's a tall order,
It is.
but it's essential.
If we want Web3 to live up to its potential,
I think this Tuah incident
messy as it is,
could be a turning point
a moment to ask them hard questions.
about the future.
The digital future.
So you, our listener,
Yeah.
you've been with us on this wild ride.
Through the Tuah meme coin saga,
We've explored the complexities, the controversies.
the good and the bad,
We've seen how this incident reflects the challenges
and the opportunities,
facing the crypto space
the changing role of influencers.
and the need for a more ethical Web3.
But this is just the start of the conversation.
What do you think about all this?
Was Hayley involved, or was she a victim?
How will this change meme coins and influencer marketing?
Keep exploring these issues.
See your own research.
Ask questions.
Talk about the future of this technology.
Because the future of Web3 is not something that will be decided by a few people.
It's something we all shape together
Through our choices, our actions, and our vision.
for a better digital future.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we'll wrap up this deep dive into the Tuah meme coin saga.
Thanks for joining us.
Stay curious
Stay informed.
and keep asking those tough questions.
That's what the deep dive is all about.